1655s ready to rake. 9600s down there, finishing off a bale so we can dump it and fix a belt real quick. Got the Kubota all loaded on the trailer. Be a long day hauling bales. We're gonna get her done. All right, first load's on. We were able to fit 10 of these big 5x6s on my 25-foot gooseneck. I was gonna record some loading of the first load, but those bales are so big and I hadn't loaded anything that heavy with my skid loader before, so it's kind of a learning curve. So I'll show you when we get. Had a successful inaugural trip. It's kind of ugly because they're twine bales and they don't hold super round, and just trying to kind of figure out where center was on the trailer still, but get over here in the T190 and get them unloaded. that's one done. I'm guessing maybe 8 or 10 more to go from rough figures. So let's get back at it. Got my driver here with me now, so he can get in the general area and I can just pop him up on the trailer and should save a little bit of time. Down here because the wheel machine is a little faster with the 2-speed and a little easier on the grass, and it doesn't ride near as rough as that Bobcat does. Across the field and get to a bale, I gotta remember to shut it off so I'm not working them hydraulic motors so hard. Like I am, but no farther than we're going, I'm not super concerned about it. I might be once we lose one. Hopefully we don't, but you never know. Gotta always be careful. That's a real big one there. Switch to net wrap because he doesn't think he can get him as big, and he gets some of these packed real tight. I believe him. They're pretty darn heavy. back this way. That was a rough spot. Woo. Obviously, but normally I like buying American-made attachments and stuff like that. But that VEVOR company had this bale spear on their website for $245. So I went ahead and bought it. You know, I'm not out a whole lot. There, it gets tippy again. Anyway, I bought it to try it. It's pretty dang well built, really. I'm being honest, and 2-day free shipping on it. I guess we'll see if it lasts with these bales, if this one's gonna cooperate with me. I'm trying to get it centered more on the trailer without running into the trailer, but about as close as we're gonna get there. But anyway, it's a quick attach 48-inch spear, and it's just got the standard spear like you can get at the farm store, you know. But it's pretty well built, and I'm not gonna say I'm happy with it yet, because obviously this is the first time out with it and only the second load of bales, so I can't speak for that. But I guess we'll see how it turns out. We got our last 3 right here, so that's gonna make it easy. There might be one up on the hill, I'm not sure, but we'll load these last 3 and go back and unload them. About these wide bales is I kind of have trouble getting the bales centered, the top row of bales centered. I get them close enough for what we're doing, but I gotta get the cab pretty much right up against these bales to get it on there and ride how I kind of want it to. Top of the hill. I guess I'll go get that one on the next trip, unless he decides to drive up there. That's fine then. Here we're on a little bit of a hillside, so I kind of got to be careful getting to the trailer. I really only like lifting the bales all the way up when I'm right at the other one, so if I tip a little, I just tip right into the bales, and hopefully they'll catch me with minimal damage. west of us, so we get some road travel on the old Kubota today. I'm gonna start this off by saying, yeah, I didn't expect, you know, a whole lot from a $250 hay spear. I'm, you know, just a little below their weight rating, and the main spear is already starting to bend a little bit, which isn't a problem. You know, the quick attach just seems to be built well, and I guess with the money that I saved, I already said that, you know, if the spear didn't hold, that I'd just go to the farm store or go to the farm store and attempt to find an American-made one, or order an American-made spear online. And it's not a huge deal. Obviously, my costs related to that are still going to be cheaper total than, you know, buying a nice name brand spear. But, I don't know. I guess we'll see what we'll do. I'll run this for today. I don't think it'll break. It's just a little bent. Anyway, we're 4 loads in. We had an odd number in one field, so we're at 39 bales so far, and we'll be at 49 here shortly. But everything besides the spear seems to be working all right. Trailer's doing great. Skid loader's doing fine. I need to get some fuel out of my transfer tank before we leave this round, because I forgot to check it before I left this morning, but it's not the end of the world. Take a couple extra minutes then, or take a couple extra minutes now. I don't know that I'm gonna get everything we've got baled moved today anyway. Father-in-law's out baling, I think another 20-ish acres today. But I know, I think we had 60 something in total that was already down before he started today. So if this is gonna wrap out 49 bales, we'll be relatively close to catching up with him. So not a bad start so far. Just trying to get a rhythm going here. I just swapped drivers, so, but we're moving right along. Not sure if the hay was better in this field or brake better, or what the deal was, but these are a lot tighter and I got a little bit more weight to them, which probably could explain to why my spear's bending a little bit. But like I said, we'll probably just end up going and buying a better American-made spear, or at least one that's rated a little higher on the weight rating. Like I said, I don't think I'm exceeding this one, but I'm right at the upper limits of what is recommended for it. But no big deal. Sometimes I feel like I try and save money where I can, and maybe sometimes it's not where I should, but we're gonna try to make the best of it. Sometimes these bales, if they're not tight enough, they like to pick up little walker joints. So you gotta be careful where you stick them to get them over the trailer, and make sure you don't bust them or loosen up the cord too much. The allergies are terrible today. Normally every year, about all the way through the start of spring to all the way through first cut, my allergies are terrible, and then we get into second cut when the cottonwoods are done flying for the most part. Normally I start to feel a little better. If I didn't take my allergy meds this morning, I'd be way worse off than I am right now, so. Where I'm glad I've got a cab skid loader. I can be in the air conditioning and not have to breathe all the chaff in. Back to the spear though, I mean, if you were bailing 800-900,000 pound bales, I think you'd be all right. Or if you were just moving them occasionally, I mean, I think these are up around 13. They probably average about 13. But their listing says up to 1,600 pounds. And the spear itself, the main spear itself, recommends a working load limit at 1,500 pounds. So, I mean, I know it's only a couple hundred pounds, but I'm still under the recommended working load limit. So, I don't know, I might file a claim with VEVOR and see if they'll at least give me enough money to go buy a decent spear. But I think we'll probably go to the farm store this evening and see what they have. If they have anything that's going to be any better quality than the one that's on here right now. They also claim that this spear was powder coated, but the way the paint's flaking off where it's bent doesn't make me think powder coat, just the way it's coming off of there. Either that or the surface really wasn't prepped worth a damn. But you never know from China. Just how it is sometimes. Only there's a reason they do everything cheaper. Pretty tight. They're all pretty well the same size. Once they get up that high, it's kind of hard for me to see enough to get out of them. See where my boom's at. My little window up top has seen better days. I need to see if maybe some of that one of those headlight restoring kits would fix it, because I think it's just like a plexiglass. I feel like it would probably clean up, you know, about the same way like a headlight would when they get all foggy and stuff. Plus, before I bought it, this skid loader. So, story with this skid loader is it come from a company down in Indianapolis, and the guy was a contractor for construction sites. He's the one that cleaned the roads throughout the day. So we bought 2 of these brand new and put sweepers on them and water tanks on the top to wash the road. And for almost 3,000 hours, that's all this machine did. So I mean, it's a pretty darn tight machine, and it's been really good to me. But where that water tank sat, where we're accumulating all the dirt and dust and stuff, and it's just kind of stained over that plexiglass up top, whatever you want to call it. Plus, I don't think it sat inside when he owned it, so probably doesn't help things. There I go, forgetting to turn my 2-speed off again. Talking about how nice of a machine this was, and operator forgets how to run it. Alright, well, last load for the day. That makes 97 hauled in. There's 20 over there, and then all the rest of them are lined there. So we'll get these unloaded. She's on the way back with the Kubota right now. We were only a couple miles from home. She just drove it home, and I'd make another trip with the trailer, but we'll see how the spear held up for today. So the big question is, did it survive? And that depends on what your definition of surviving is. Yeah, it's still together. The quick attach is great. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But it's after 97 big 5x6 bales. So like I said, you know, I didn't have extremely high hopes. I was hoping to work out. I was hoping to prove me wrong. But I just figured if that failed, then I would just go and buy a new one, a new spear. I'd keep the quick attach because it's relatively well built, but that Chinesium did not hold up. And like I said, I kind of expected that because I knew we were on that upper end of that weight rating, but it made it through. So I guess that'll just be a nice one for the scrap bin. The new one that I got, it's A&I, and it's rated for, I think, 3,600 pounds. So that should be more than enough. But yeah, I didn't have my expectations high, so I guess I can't be disappointed. The rest of it did good. The lightweight spear is just the problem child with that, but it did everything I asked of it today. So, well, hope you guys enjoyed the video of moving bales. We may have some more soon, and hopefully I'll get some more wrenching videos and some more of that 525. Until then, see you later.